So I'm leaving school now. Oops. I'm leaving school now. Y'all know I love me my little car vlogs or rants and stuff. And in today's car vlog, car rant or whatever, I'm gonna be talking to you guys about what it's like to be a full-time college student and a full-time employee. You know, oh shoot. This, hold on, let me tighten this up a little bit. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna talk to you guys about what it's like to be a full-time employee and a full-time student, and you know, like the different things that you're gonna encounter and the hardships of it, because it is not easy at all. I'm gonna also explain to you guys probably what your schedule, you know, what your day-to-day schedule is gonna be looking like if you decide to do something like this. By the way, sorry if my camera's moving a little bit. I'm going through a whole bunch of speed bumps because I'm literally leaving school right now, and I wanted to broadcast it with you guys because when I talk to you guys, everything gets better. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. So basically, what my day looked like today was I woke up in the morning and I went to work. I got off. I was supposed to get off at 2. I have an assignment due, a big assignment, and that's the thing. Like, when you go to school full-time, it doesn't even just mean that you're going to be in school full-time. You're in school full-time plus everything that you need to do outside of school in order to ensure that you pass these classes. So, for example, I'm taking chemistry right now, trigonometry, calculus, like a whole bunch of hard classes. So I can't just rely on that the class is going to be enough for me to pass. I have to go to a whole bunch of like tutoring and stuff like that so that I can try to pass the class. So I had to actually ask my manager at work today to leave an hour early, which I've actually never done this, okay? I think I asked my manager once in the 3 years that I've ever worked at Publix if I could leave because I genuinely just wasn't feeling good, and I went home that night and I actually ended up throwing up, so it wasn't even on some like BS. So that was the only time I've ever asked to leave early. I've never been absent or anything to my work. So I asked my manager today if I could leave an hour early so I can make it to my lab, to the lab on time so I can get tutored, because I needed to be tutored in chemistry, because that's one of the classes I'm thinking right now, which I'm struggling in. So I went to my tutoring. The tutor ended up not showing up, or they forgot that they didn't offer it. So they allowed me to book an appointment with a tutor, and then they were like, oh yeah, we forgot that she doesn't tutor in that specific subject that you need. And I was like, why didn't y'all tell me this like before? Just like being a college student and a working student is so hard, because I mean, I'm not saying it's not manageable, and I'm not here to like complain or anything. I do, you know, do both. I'm a college student and I work, but I'm not complaining about having that as my life. But I am trying to raise awareness, because like that is not a life for everybody. Your social life is definitely going to be like to a bare minimum. So if you like to, you know, socialize a lot, then I wouldn't suggest that you do both of these things full-time. But me, who I'm a person who doesn't really have that many friends, or like I don't really go out or anything, I mean, it's what I feel like is best that I do with my time, because I wouldn't be doing anything else with my time anyway, and this is probably more productive and effective anyway. Even if I wanted to go out, you know, studying and stuff and working is going to help me long term. So it's just not the lifestyle for everybody though. It can definitely be like really overwhelming. I work full-time, but I work in something that I actually like, so that's another thing. I don't just work at Publix, guys. I work babysitting, and babysitting doesn't feel like a job to me sometimes, even though sometimes it really does. Sometimes it feels like double the job to me, but sometimes it doesn't feel as much of a job because I actually genuinely enjoy doing it. So that's the thing also, like if you're just working in a job that you don't really like, those 40 hours that you work a week, which is what's considered to be full-time, is really gonna feel like full-time, you know. But if you're doing something that you like, it might not feel as, you know, harsh. So sometimes there'll be weeks where I work 50 hours, but it doesn't even feel like I'm going overtime or working 50 hours or whatever, because I'm doing something I actually like to do. I work 35 hours with just babysitting, so majority of my time is there. Now, like I was saying in the beginning, just because, you know, you pick 2-3 classes that are twice a week for 2 hours doesn't mean that's the only time you're allocating to school. You're also allocating to school everything else that you need to do on the side, like I said, in order to pass the class. So when you start taking more rigorous courses like me, okay, and my personal opinion is like, if I'm going to go to school full time, I'm going to do something that counts. I'm not going to school full time to, you know, become a fashion model or something. Like, not that there's anything wrong with that, but if I'm going to go to school, I'm going to go to school for something that I feel like is challenging for me, because I know long term that there's, you know, going to be a reward for it. Now I'm still trying to grind on the side. This is realistically like how your day might go if, you know, you are full-time in both. So I woke up in the morning and I went to work, got off work. Like I said, I had to ask to leave an hour early because I had to get my tutoring session in, because I am lost in chem. And I got to the building, which is like 45 minutes away. So add, you know, to your 40 hours a week or whatever it is that you work, plus, you know, you're a full-time student, add transportation, which also takes up a good chunk of your time. So it's 45 minutes away from me. So I went to the campus. I'm ready, you know, to get tutored, right? I brought my books, I brought my computer, I brought everything. I get to the campus and then they were like, oh, no, we don't do tutoring, whatever, today. And I was like, bro, are y'all serious? Now, I'm not trying to make like a big fuss. Like, remember, it's like in a quiet environment. It's like in the library or something. So I'm like, okay. And then they're trying to find me a tutor. Finally, they find me a remote tutor. Okay, so tutoring service, like online. And this lady is trying the best to help me, and she was really sweet, so I appreciate all her help and everything. But she's not a chem teacher, so she was kind of like lost herself, and she's like, let me go find a book, let me go this. And like, meanwhile, if our tutoring session was supposed to be 30 minutes or an hour, it ended up being almost 2 hours. Not to mention the fact that just because it was 2 hours doesn't mean we really got anything done. I had 27 questions to answer. I think we worked on like 3 or 4, and we only got one of them right. Like, me with my tutor, I was getting the wrong questions because the tutor, you know, felt like they were asking for something else and she wasn't really understanding the material. So I was like, all right. So I got up and then I walked over to my teacher's classroom to see if she was there, because I was going to ask for an extension on the assignment, because I'm not last minute on it or anything. It's due in 2 days, but I am going out of town to do something for a family member, so it doesn't really work out. Like, this has been planned, and I had allocated enough time for this assignment to get it done before I went to go see one of my family members. And it just didn't happen that way. So it's kind of like I'm stuck in the middle, because everything is kind of like paid for the trip and everything, and it's a very rare trip. Like, the people who are going, like certain of my family members don't get along, so it was supposed to be like a really meaningful trip and whatnot. So I won't bore you with that story, but I'm stuck in the middle because I wasn't able to complete the assignment in the allocated time I gave myself because the tutor didn't show up or whatever. So now I'm like stressing between, you know, chemistry and all these other classes. And this is the first year of college where I'm actually, I feel like, taking it seriously, where I'm actually trying to use my outside resources. So I'm still fairly new. You know, maybe I should have known that an assignment might take longer than a day to complete. But this is the first year where I'm really like trying to put my best foot forward and actually do my work. You know, like the previous years I was slacking. The previous years I wasn't really full time. So, oh my God, this the police, the popo. This the popo. Anyways, yeah, I'm driving home, guys. Like I said, I'm 45 minutes away, and the area I'm in, people are speeding. Anyway, you know, it's a little frustrating, because considering that I was like, this is gonna be my year, this is the year that I want everything to, you know, go well. Not to mention that I was supposed to leave for my trip today like around 2. It's 4:30 right now, so I had to delay that. But I can't keep delaying stuff or cancel the trip. Like, things are paid for, things are done, there's people waiting on me, and I'm, you know, not coming through because I'm trying to do my school stuff. But, you know, it is what it is. I know that school's not easy, but it can be rewarding if you do well. Like I said, I feel like I personally can handle it because I don't have much of a social life, but I don't recommend it for everyone because, you're not gonna have a social life. So unless you want that to be you. But other than that, I would say that school so far is going pretty good. I've met a few friends. I'm not gonna cap, I made a few friends. I'm actually thinking of starting a club. Okay, I don't know if this is like lame or not. I thought of a few clubs at first, you know, since I love the YouTube and stuff. I was like, why don't I do a YouTube club, you know, where I teach people or show people how to grow their channel, like one-on-one. I'm such a one-on-one person. I hate this remote shit. Like, you know, I don't want to talk to nobody on the freaking camera, like on Zoom. You know, I do that for a living. You know, I do that here on YouTube with you guys. I want to interact with people face to face. So I thought of doing like a, you know, offering my services as a YouTube group, because I know in high school and college there's so many people, even in the outside world, so many people who want to do a channel, but everyone always has that same doubt that I also had. I just, you know, went for it because I was like, what else can I lose? There's so many other people who are like, no, I don't know, so I kind of wanted to offer my services and be like, how can I be of use or help to others? But I don't know, because at the same token though, I feel like people are in college and they're focused on becoming doctors and lawyers and this and that, and no one's gonna want to really join like a YouTube group. Then I thought of doing like a make friends group, or like I have no friends group, or I don't know what I would call it because I don't want to make it sound like bad, but I know it might be a little funny, but this is a common thing that everyone goes through. I mean, I know I'm not the only one, so I don't even care, but so many people are like, yeah, I have no friends, you know, and I'm on that same boat too. Sometimes I'm like, damn, like who do I really have? Who can I speak to? Stuff like that. So I figured if I made a group where we can all come together and share similar things and kind of just like make friends. So instead of having to pay to do like a sorority and have to go to events and stuff, it's just kind of like a free thing where you just sit there and you meet people, and you know, hopefully people come, and if you end up wanting to, you know, go out with that person, then great, like, you know, as friends or whatever, then awesome. And if, you know, you don't, then you don't have to come back again. Like, nothing of it to be mandatory. I thought that would be cool, like to unite people, you know, to try to make friends, especially in the college life. It is kind of hard, you know. It's not like in high school where you're like forced in a room with someone. Like in college, you all just do your own thing, and if you don't speak, you really don't have to speak, so you don't have to make friends. But I thought of that. I did also make a lab partner, not make a lab partner, but I have a lab partner, you know, so I'm not like stressing about working on assignments by myself. I also had to make like a little group for my humanities class, which I also did, so I'm not, you know, stressing about working solo on my stuff. Not that I really mind working solo, because sometimes when you work in a group, you know, you got to worry about, is so-and-so actually going to do the assignment? But you know, so far it's going good, I would say. You know, I've made friends. I want to join a club, or if not, make a club. And you know, I've been studying a lot, been using the outside resources that everyone used to talk about, and they are really helpful. I just think I'm not maybe time managing it correctly. Okay, it is really expensive, holy cow. So my chem book was $300 plus $300 is the class, so you're looking like at $1,000. So forget about like buying designer or having a nice car and stuff while you're in college, because that money needs to be going to your college. And then when you end up, you know, graduating and stuff and start making real life money, then go buy that stuff. But for right now, college is so expensive. Like I just start thinking, and I'm like, what's the point of going? Like, so I'm still in my uniform. I'm tired, guys. So I don't know if you guys have seen my how do I stay consistent as a YouTuber video, and I know you guys are probably might be wondering the same thing, you know, between being a full-time student, full-time employee. So any little time that I get, I try to do a video. I don't have a lot of free time, but like any moment. I mean, right now I have to drive home. There's no way around it. I can't fly home. I can't walk home. I can't, you know, do none of that. So I have to drive home. So I was like, okay, if I gotta drive home anyways, you know, I have option A, drive home in silence and overthink everything, because if you leave me alone with my thoughts, I'm gonna overthink the whole world. And then Option 2 is to make, you know, a video with you guys and upload it, and that way you guys can see that I'm consistent and I'm thinking of you guys and I'm updating you guys with what's going on, and at the same token, like, it's helping my YouTube channel grow. So it's like any little moment I try to stay busy and do stuff. So I made a video about that, but this is like living proof. You know, I'm tired, I've been working all day. I gotta go home now and pack, like rush pack, because everyone's already packed and I delayed the trip. So I gotta go do that and then, you know, get going. But I wanted to share this with you guys. So yeah, basically, if you think you can handle being a full-time student and a full-time employee, then go for it. If you work at something you don't like, it's going to feel like a lot more hours than your normal hours. And then remember also, when you study or when you go to school, you don't just go to school, you got to do all these other things on the side. So it adds up, like they both add up. So the way I feel like I balance it is because I have a job that I do like, and it comes easy to me, you know. Kids comes easy to me. I've been dealing with them for 5 years. And then you know, the schooling, I don't really have it under my belt because I was only relying on the time that the instructor teaches for me to, you know, learn stuff. And it's like, no, you have to do outside research and work and stuff. So, but between that, I think I'll be okay, because like I said, I have a lot of free time sometimes, even though I'm always doing something. I like to always be doing something, you know, so I don't like to not do nothing. So I would find myself like, damn, I have no friends, or I'm sad because of that. So I was like, why don't I use that energy and put it into studying and, you know, these other things. So that's kind of like what I'm doing, and I feel like that's how I make it work. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was basically just kind of like an eye-opener, you know, if you think you can handle it, if you have a schedule similar to mine, or a job you like or something, or, you know, then go for it. But if not, really consider it, because you don't want to be like dropping classes and stuff, which I don't know what I'm gonna do, guys, because I'm struggling in school, bro. I am struggling in school. So hopefully your girl can make it work, okay? Because I don't want to feel like a fail, you know, for like withdrawing and stuff. But I'm like, it's the first week and I'm freaking struggling, guys. I am so struggling. So yeah. Oh look, you see they almost crashed. Not good. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.